Hello everybody, and welcome back to Vintage Story. Today, as always, we got some work to do. First things first, let's check in on our steel production here. 76%, so still pretty much where we left it. All of our bees doing some nice work over there. Our coal looking nice and filled there. Yesterday when we left off, we were doing some gathering to potentially start making bismuth bronze. We found all of the zinc that we're going to need for some time. So I think we kick things off today with another adventure, trying to find the bismuth ore that we're going to need for the other part of that bismuth bronze. So we're going to kick things off again today with another adventure. We have our fruit press ready to go for once our berries will start ripening. I think we have a couple more days before all the bushes start producing berries, so definitely looking forward to that. We're going to be making some wines, fruit juice, all of that kind of stuff. Another thing we want to focus on is earning some money, which I don't know why I have one single gear in that chest, but we have 48 rusty gears currently. We're going to want a lot more than that, so I think getting all of that bismuth bronze for our building materials trader is going to be a huge windfall for us. Let's go ahead, grab our beautiful gambazin armor here. I also took off our winter clothes. It is definitely warm enough right now to be, fully just in our normal traveler's clothes. We're going to have to be doing some hunting as well. Maybe we do a little hunting while we are on the trek over to our mines. But let's get ahead of the day here. It is still 7 a.m., bright and early. Just over in this direction, we have those gravel plains where we found all of those bismuth ore locations. Definitely excited for the new caving adventure here. Let's go ahead, get on over there, and get to gathering. We have an ultra high bismuthentite reading over in that direction, so definitely going to be plenty of that stuff to find, hopefully. Also, I think I'm going to stop at some of these copper locations. We are going to need copper ore in order to start cooking up this bronze, so I think maybe we grab up some of this copper while we're here as well. Very nice. It's another day of mining and gathering here. Definitely doing a lot of that recently, but that is kind of the stage of the game we're at, is we just need a ton of materials to do everything we want to do. So going to be a lot of work, but it will be worth it. Alright, I think that is it for this little copper node. 36 chunks right there. Now that we have gathered it, there's another one right over there, but here is where, oops, almost fell. Here is where we found that ultra high reading, I believe. We're right in the middle of this dot. So we know in this chunk we have an ultra high reading of bismuthentite. So hopefully this shouldn't be too much work to find. Cassiterite, trace amounts. Just going to keep doing some little prospecting in all directions here. And just keep up the process like we did last time. And hopefully find ourselves some bismuth. Trace amounts, I mean, we've already found a potential lead on cassiterite. Maybe we just go in this direction here. Hematite, large amounts. Okay, that's not what we were looking for, but that is good to know. There is iron in these caves here, right around us somewhere. We're going off on a little bit of a tangent. We wanted the bismuth, but we are looking for the iron now. Huge amounts of hematite. Alright, I think we found the direction we need to go. This cave is also very temporally stable, which is really nice. Going to be a little bit more luxurious mining around here. Oh, and bismuthentite trace amounts. Alright, we're also starting to single out the location of some bismuthentite. Make sure we're leaving a trail of torches here, keep this well illuminated. Oh, I am hearing drifters as well, so we gotta be careful. There's probably just a massive, massive pancake of iron ore somewhere in this area. Trace amounts of bismuthentite, and we found the hematite, and we found a little cave here. We wall ourselves off here. Look at this, we found the hematite. A whole bountiful quality iron ore area. Wow. We are good on iron ore, man. We have that other cave that we still haven't fully mined, and this one here. So much iron in this world. Let's take a sample. Very large amounts of hematite, trace amounts of bismuthentite. I'm gonna give all these drifters my rocks here. Hope they have fun with that. And there's so much stuff that we could be mining. But I do want to try and pinpoint that bismuthentite. Maybe we progress in this direction here. Oh man, this cave is huge. Look at that. Still trace amounts of bismuth in that direction. Medium amounts of bismuthentite. So downwards in this direction seems to be the way to go. I think we probably get our armor equipped as well now that we know that there's danger in this zone. Make sure we're safe. And let's go ahead and dig downwards dangerously here. Large amounts of bismuth. Okay, we are on the trail here. I'm gonna have to mine through this iron ore. What a shame. Oh my gosh, there's so much iron here and it's all bountiful. Dude, there is so much iron in this cave. This is absurd. Large amounts of bismuth. Alright, we're on the trail here. Keep lighting up our cave. Oh, was that? I think we found it. Is this bismuth? Yes! Okay, we found it. It's kind of hard to see, but we found the bismuth ore. Alright. Got a little money maker here for us. Nice. So I think we kind of grab up all of the bismuth we can find. The bismuth we don't need quite as much of. I think it was only like 10%. I mean, I want to find as much of this bismuth as we can and then just fill the rest of our pockets with iron ore, I think. This is a rich bismuthentite rock here. A crystallized chunk of hematite. Man, we have so many random rocks in our inventory, but we have a lot of metal to mine through here, so that is what I'm going to be doing. Another successful pro pick journey under our belts here. Lovely, lovely stuff. Tons and tons of bismuth. Alright, only small amounts of the bismuth remaining. I think we'll call it good there. We don't need a ton of this stuff. We have our copper, our hematite. Lovely, lovely stuff. And on the way back here, I think we do just kind of mine up a ton of hematite. There was so much for us to grab. All of this is bountiful. Oh my gosh. We're going to have more iron than we know what to do with. I mean, obviously we're going to need a ton of it to make into steel and make into more iron ingots, but this has got to be way more than you ever need, honestly. There's so much iron here. It's insane. Oh, found a couple more bismuth ore rocks here as well. Might as well snag those while we're here. Happy little accident. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, just filling our pockets with a ton of ores here. Hopefully we don't run into any major danger. I will let you guys know if anything interesting happens in the midst of our big ore gathering here. Alright, we are back up at the surface of our cave. We can hear the wind howling just over there. So I'm going to go ahead and sleep through the night here. Make a nice little safe shelter for ourselves here. And in the morning, we're going to go ahead and head back to the base. Look at our haul here. 3 full stacks of hematite plus this. We have all of this copper, all of this bismuthentite. So we are ready to make money and make some more steel. I'm just going to set down our little bed here, take a nice little cave nap, and in the morning, let's get on back to our base. Good morning, everybody. It is a bright and beautiful morning here in Vintage Story. We have our pockets absolutely stuffed with beautiful ores. I think I will grab maybe a little bit more copper while we're out here. Oh, there's also tin ore like right here, so maybe we can find some tin like right below the surface if we go straight down. And there it is. Right below those tin ore bits. Lovely stuff. We are absolutely stocked on resources right now. Here we go. I mean, we have bismuth bronze, we have normal tin bronze, and we have a ton of iron thanks to this little journey. Extremely productive adventure today. I do think I'll also grab up a little bit more copper. We're going to be making a ton of bronze, so we're going to need copper, and we have a lot of pins out here. Go ahead and use our CarryOn chest here, get all of our beautiful ores in there. Go ahead and get that on our back. I think we're going to take our armor off as well, just preserve a little bit of our hunger. We are safely above ground now. And yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit more copper mining, I think, and with that taken care of, we'll head back onto the base with all of our beautiful findings. Also a ton of quartz here. Are going to need to grind up some more of this if we want to make some more refractory bricks, and sometimes more copper ore can kind of be hiding behind the quartz. So it's good to do a little bit of exploration there, but I think that's good for the copper right now. And with that said, I think we get on home here. Very, very productive little adventure. While we're out here, I might as well gather up a bunch of our pine resin as well. This is pretty much where we did most of our pine resin gathering. There's so many trees in this area with it. So big, big gathering day for us today. Go ahead and get all of our little chores knocked out while we're over here. Always good to stay on top of your hunting and your meat gathering when you come across animals. Here is that other building materials trader that we'd found earlier. Oh, there's a moose. One moose down. 2 moose down. That's going to be a lot of meat for us. That is a huge windfall of meat, bones, and fat for us. Awesome stuff. There we go, 34 meats in our bags, a ton of animal fat, a few pine resin, all the ore we could need. Man, we are rolling in the resources here. Alright, so this is a building materials trader, I believe. And yes, he wants tin bronze, aged crates. Oh, they do like metal scraps. Okay, so I guess those are useful. Tin bronze hammer, black bronze requires gold and silver, so that's not going to be happening anytime soon. Lots of stuff we can bring back for some money from this guy. And that is the whole reason we went out to get all that bismuth bronze, was so we can start making some serious money from our building materials traders. Here we go, we can already see our home on the horizon, just right over there. All these resources so close to home. If we need more iron, we know where to go. We have 2 huge iron caves now. We got the raccoons out on the prowl. They will eat berries, crops, chickens, so we gotta keep our animals safe, keep our berry bushes safe. All of our crops are safe and coming along nicely. All of our chickens seem to be doing fine in here. We have quite the flock going. All those eggs, I think, are starting to hatch up. Let's check in on our steel here as well. Okay, so we need to refuel this, and let's check in on the progress. 93, okay. So a full load took us from 72 to 93, so about 20%. So definitely don't need another full load of charcoal. I think we start trickling it in so we don't waste any resources here. We'll do 2 stacks of 8 like that. Hopefully that should be sufficient here. That going. Checking on the progress here, so 93%. It is cooking up. Don't want to waste any charcoal, and let's go ahead and start sorting through all of our resources, maybe doing a little bit of cooking. I think some more meat pies are definitely on the menu here. Vegetable pies. We are running a little low on our pie supply. So I'm going to get to work on some cooking. Let's see, our brined onions are coming along nicely. Honey is looking good. We did have a few more beehives to harvest. Man, spring is busy for sure. We have work to do all over the place. Let's not forget about all of the metals on our back right now. Let's get our chest safely tucked away in our little forging area here. Look at all that beautiful metal. That is a thing of beauty. Yeah, I think first priority is I'm going to do a little bit of cooking here, make sure we stay on top of our food situation, and after that I think we get to work on making up some bismuth bronze and making some money. Alright, got a decent little supply of pies cooked up here, onion pies, veggie pies, meat pies. Should be good on food for quite some time with that. Check in on our steel over here. 97%, we are so close. Still got a good amount of fuel in there. Let's gather up our bees. We are going to need some more cattails here pretty soon. So much honey flowing in. Those bees really populate very quickly. Always more chores to do, especially in the springtime. Get those replaced. We are rolling in the honey right now. 19.2 liters of honey in our supply. That is quite a bit. And this beeswax we're going to be making into some candles. That will give us the ability to start getting some money from those traders. So we know that we need 2 copper lanterns for the more distant guy, and we can check on the more close guy, see what he's looking at as well. But I think we go ahead and start cooking up some of that bismuth bronze. Went through all the trouble of gathering it, so let's make sure we get our money's worth here. Alright, so it's about 10% bismuth, 20% zinc, and 70% copper. Alright, so if I do my math correctly, I think this will give us exactly 8 bars worth of bismuth bronze here. So let's see if our math is correct. There we go, 800 bismuth bronze. Alright, we did our math right here. 8 bars worth. Let's go ahead and get that cooking. Gonna take a little time for that to melt down. Maybe we split our copper in half, so hopefully this goes a little bit faster. We should be able to get quite a few bars of bismuth bronze with this current supply. You know, we are just rolling in the resource, and look at all this hematite we gathered as well. And we have more metal than we know what to do with, honestly, at this point. 99% on the steel. We are so close. I think we should be good here. Maybe put a little bit too much in there even. We worked through so much of our charcoal in that process. We're definitely going to need another charcoal pit, a massive one, if we're going to want to do another batch of steel here. Alright, and we should be just about done here. There we go. Let's get ourselves 8 bismuth bronze ingots going. Alright, perfect. That will be big money for us. We, of course, want to make 2 more copper lanterns, so that's going to be, I think it was 12 more gears just from those 2 copper lanterns. Alright, 2 more copper lanterns. That is good money. But we're going to also check on our closer merchant, see what he wants, potentially even more copper lanterns, and we're going to be making a ton of money. And once we have a ton of money, I think we head over to the treasure trader again and see about maybe getting some pieces of broken armor from him. Alright, so well here, what did you want? I think maybe we sell 2 of our copper lanterns to him right now. Okay, he only has 12 gears left, so we could potentially sell him a tin bronze hammer and a tin bronze saw. That would leave him with 2 gears left over. We're up to 58 rusty gears. That is lovely stuff. I think our steel might be finished. Oh yes, I'm seeing some damaged refractory bricks. That is unfortunate that they got damaged. A lot of them seem to get damaged. I don't know if we need to replace them if they're damaged like that, or what the deal is, but here we go. It looks like our interior... Oh, ow, 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 okay. Our interior is still good, but yeah, once this has cooled down a bit, we'll be able to break that. I don't know if it's just a little cracked like that, if we need to completely replace it. It seems like with the 95% heat resistance, we're still getting a lot of breaks, which is unfortunate. We do have a good amount of these materials stored up. I think we had like maybe 10 spare bricks as well. And we have 11 tier 2 refractors ready to go and a bunch of these that we can craft up. So we definitely have the materials we need for another load of steel. But that is super awesome news. Our first 16 bars of blister steel are ready to get processing. So let's leave the door open. I don't know if that actually helps it cool down faster or what. Alright, but these should be ready to stack, so we'll go ahead and get all these out here. Maybe stick them right over here. There's our 8 beautiful bismuth bronze. And then let's get up, I think, 8 pours of tin bronze as well. We should have enough copper for that. Alright, there we go. 800 units of tin bronze ready to go here. That way we can get some money from the closer trader as well. Alright, and there we go. Next little batch of metals taken care of here. Ready to make some money. Take a look at our stash here. We are stacked on hematite again. So much iron ready to go here. We are very short on copper, but plenty of cassiterite here. Really good amount of bismuthite. Little bit of zinc left over. We should be able to get some more bismuth bronze thanks to this. But yeah, we are in a really good place, and our steel is cooling off here. We'll look at our stores of quartz. I'll stick all that in here. And we're going to need some more olivine if we want to make some more tier 2 bricks. It might be worth looking into making tier 3 bricks as well. I think all of our pigs are now grown. So all those babies that we had are now full grown pigs. So we should be able to come in here. And if there are any boars, yeah, it looks like a couple boars were born. So we could probably slaughter all of the boars. We have so many pigs. This is a lot of fresh meat for us when we need it. Very nice. And then our goats, how are they looking? Still pregnant, haven't given birth yet. We need to be on top of that. As soon as they give birth, we're going to want to milk those guys and get our cheese going. Let's go ahead and get a bismuth saw and a bismuth hammer in the works here. We'll sell both of those as well as one copper lantern to get all the money from that guy. Go ahead and get this heating up and get our money makers on the way. Alright, there's the hammer, and then we need a saw. Alright, so we got our hammer and our saw ready to go here. There we go. All three of these will be sold to the distant vendor, and then now we just need our tin bronze hammer, and then we also need a tin bronze axe. And we'll get 2 axes crafted up. Hopefully he'll want another one in the future. I'm sure he will. One of them will for sure. Alright, there's one, and then the second one for future proofing here. Alright, there we go. 2 tin bronze axes ready to go. So, let's go ahead and sell the hammer and one of the axes to our close by merchant here. 10 more gears. That is awesome. With that taken care of, we are ready to sell off our tin bronze hammer, or bismuth bronze hammer, saw, and copper lantern to the other merchant. I think he also actually wanted a tin bronze axe, so that works out perfectly since we made one extra. So maybe we can fully drain him of all of his money this season as well. I think let's head over there before it gets too dark. It is a low rift activity night, so worst case scenario, we're out here with a couple of drifters, but let's go ahead and get that money. Copper lantern and tin bronze axe. 19 gears, so he'll still have 11 gears left. 16 quicklime for 1 gear. I don't know if I want to do that. I think we are pretty good for now. The easy stuff we've taken care of. Let's go ahead and get on back home. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away. I think we can see it from here probably. Yep, just coming through the fog right now. Super convenient having these 2 building traders right next to us. We can just farm those guys for gears whenever they reset. Okay, that's a moose. I thought that was a bear for a second. Give me a little mini heart attack there, moose. We are making great progress. 29 more gears in our inventory here. Let's see how many we have in total. Alright, back at the base here, let's see. 87 rusty gears. That is really nice. I think we can potentially buy a couple pieces of broken armor with that. I don't know how much they cost. In addition to that, what I think I want to do is let's see how many of those honey poultice bandages we can make so we can have those on hand and ready to go. We have 24 sulfur chunks, so that's 48 sulfur, and I think 2 sulfur makes 4 bandages. So the honey sulfur poultice, 2 ground sulfur makes 4 bandages. So every one of these rocks will make 4 bandages, so we can make quite a few of those with our current supply of sulfur. I think we get that grinding up. Let's take our salt out, get all of this powdered. So these are the best healing items. They only heal 7 HP. Well, I say only, but our max HP is 20. So these things are very potent. Each one is going to take 1 linen, and every linen is just 4 flax twine. I think maybe we set aside a part of our linen or a part of our flax supply right now to make sure we can craft these up. That'll give us a full stack. Let's go ahead and grab this here while the other stuff is still grinding up. We have our 4 twine, so we can make a linen here. Or we're going to want 4 of those linens. Alright, 4 linens. We have the sulfur. Now we just need a bowl of 1 liter of honey. Grab our bowl here, fill this with honey. There we go. And then in our crafting menu, there we go. This should be a full stack of 16. Amazing. And we still have quite a bit of sulfur left, tons of honey left. We are well on our way here. We compare to our basic horsetail, these heal 2 HP, so this is 3.5 horsetail poultices worth of healing per 1. So that is very, very huge. And we are pretty much complete on our preparations once we figure out our armor situation. We have the healing. We have the steel for like a steel weapon. I think we'll definitely go for like a steel falx blade or something like that. Maybe a steel shield would be helpful as well. I mean, we're definitely going to want more steel. We'll get another one of those baking up. But in order to do that, we're definitely also going to need a lot more charcoal. So I think a big tree gathering mission is in our near future so we can get a huge charcoal pit going again. And I'm so excited to get this, but it is still red hot. Like if we get too close, it's going to damage us. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's cool. Cool enough for us to gather here. It still looks pretty red to me, but it's not damaging me when I touch it. We have to break this to retrieve the blister steel. I think, do we break the whole thing? We do. Wow. There we go. We got a bunch of charcoal back as well, actually. That was a pleasant surprise. 15 blister steel, so one of them disappeared in the process. Oh, there we go. It fell all the way over here for some reason. We have 16. We are ready for our first little harvest of steel. Let's go ahead and get another batch cooking up already. Let's go ahead and get another batch baking up. Oh my gosh, we have steel. Structure's not complete. 4 tiles are damaged. Okay, so we do need to replace all of the damaged tiles. So 1 here. It does give us some bricks back, which is nice. 2. Go ahead and get these placed. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll need 1 more at the top here. Alright, there's our 4th. Couple more bricks back. Get this placed. And I think we should be good to go here. So we need to lay our carbon here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. Carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got all of the charcoal back from inside of the coffin, which is huge. So that is reusable carbon for us. Go ahead and get our lids back on here. And we are ready for the next cycle. That is awesome. We're definitely going to need a lot more charcoal though, so while this is baking, we're going to have to get to work on our next charcoal pit. Alright, so it's 32 charcoal per load, and we did quite a few loads. There we go. Next batch of steel is in production. Oh, okay, it's hot in here. It doesn't say the carbonization is in progress yet. There we go. Next batch of carbonization in the works, and we have blister steel. We're going to need to turn these into workable ingots. Make sure we get the iron anvil. We have the iron hammer set up. We get that there. We'll get it attached to wind. Get that moving. Oh, that is working fast for us here. We get our first batch of blister steel turning into steel ingots. Alright, and here we go. This is heated up. Get that down. And our first steel ingots should be coming in. Oh, there it is. First steel ingot. It's a lot quicker process than the iron ingots. There's a lot less extra stuff on them. Steel ingots. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And there we go. 16 beautiful, beautiful steel ingots for us. Let's get this unattached and look at that. 16 steel ingots. We have come so far. We are at the absolute pinnacle of vintage story technology with this steel ore. Let's double check on our carbonization over here. Why is there no charcoal there? That's okay, so they're both, again, I'm not 100%. I think we did something wrong here. I mean, we rebuilt it properly. Maybe we didn't put another layer of charcoal on top. Could that be what happened? I don't know if I can get in here without dying. If I break this, there's no extra. Oh, yep, we're getting damaged. There's no, I don't know. I don't remember if we needed to put charcoal on top. We did. There it is. That was the problem. I didn't have enough charcoal on it. And there we go. Okay. So we did waste some of our charcoal, but that was the problem. We needed one more layer of charcoal on top, which I didn't have in there. Okay. So we didn't actually get all of the charcoal back from this process. So I thought we got all of it back, but we were missing that one last layer on the top. That was the problem. Okay, we have solved it. We wasted a good chunk of our charcoal, unfortunately, but we have solved the issue. I think our next job for today is we need more charcoal. So this whole forest over here, I think it is time to get to work chopping that down. All of our trees over there have also repopped. We have a lot of wood in our vicinity, and we're going to need all of it. I'm going to get our hides soaking up here. I think actually we can have 8. So maybe we wait for one more large hide. But yeah, before we do that, I got my CarryOn chest in my inventory here. We have our one axe. I don't think I have a spare actually. I do have this like almost broken one, so it's a little bit of durability, I guess. And I will bring our shears with us so we can get some pine cones. With that said, let's, I guess, work through our durability here. It's bright outside, the sun is shining, the spring has sprung here. I think we start maybe with this forest over here. I do know that some pigs can occasionally spawn in this area. Let's try and get a bunch of pine cones, keep track of our pine cone progress here, and maybe we get like 20 pine cones and then chop down just a ton of trees. Oh! Alright, we got a wolf here. I don't have my armor equipped, so I don't feel comfortable fighting him. Maybe we clear the wolves out of here, get their pelts, and then we can proceed with our job in peace here. Let's get our bow and arrow, our armor. We don't want these dangerous wolves right next to our home. We're going to clear these guys out for good. Got him on the run here. Stuck? Alright. There we go, wolf down. I think these only give the bush meat. Yeah, not the greatest meat and only a medium pelt, but we will take it. Let's see if there are any more wolves around here before we get back to the tree job. Yeah, I am seeing another one. There we go, 3 quick snipes. He's out of the picture. There we go, I just hit him in the butt for one last kill. Alright. That was a job well done. Didn't see any more wolves, but I also didn't see a male, I don't think. I think all those were female, so there could be a male wolf out here somewhere. Oh my, we have a whole swarm of wolves, wow. We're going in, I think we're going in all the way here. I think what we do is, let's try to get like a little strategic place of defense. Because I think once we start attacking, it's going to draw all the wolves over here. And let's get to work. There's one down. Another one got hit, but didn't actually seem to aggro on us. Here we go. Coming in. Got him. No damage taken. Beautiful stuff. Another one right here. Alright. I think that's everybody. With that taken care of, that is a ton of not very good bush meat, but a nice load of other stuff for us here. All the pelts, all the bones, all the animal fat. And we have cleared this area of the immediate animal threat, which is the biggest plus. We've been hearing these wolves howling at night in our neck of the woods for quite some time, so I am glad to finally be rid of this threat. And with that taken care of, we should be good to get back to doing our tree farming. Just going to quickly dump some of this stuff in our storage back at the base and get back to the tree farm. We're definitely going to get another load of leather going here. I can't remember exactly how many medium hides we can fit. I guess it's 12. That's 2 batches that we can soak here. So maybe we just get both of these sealed up. Alright, another batch of lime water, and we will get all of those mediums soaking up. I think once they become scraped hides, then they can no longer spoil, so we'll be able to keep those indefinitely. With that said, we are ready To get back to the tree farm, I wanted at least 20 pine cones, and then we're going to chop down probably a little bit more than 20 trees. Alright, there we go. 20 pine cones. I think we're going to try and chop down maybe 20 trees. We'll probably get some more pine cones in the process as well. I'm hearing another wolf. I guess we didn't get them all. Well, we're going to have some more fighting to do, I guess. We're getting a pretty good supply of wood here, though. And I do think that maybe we move like our pine tree forest over here, closer to the base. So when it comes to gathering wood and everything, we'll just have a massive pine tree forest kind of right next to where we're living. Oh, there's the wolf right there. I can see it coming. We're not equipped to fight it right now. We don't have our armor or our arrows or anything like that. Very nice wood supply. That'll be a decent amount of charcoal. Definitely not going to be... Oh. There's still a lot of wolves out here. We're going to have to clean those guys out if we want to use this area for our wood farm. Let's go ahead and get back to the base. It is calm rift activity, so we can probably get to work setting up our charcoal pit. I think we get to work on our charcoal pit. Maybe we do it right here, kind of where we did it last time. Alright, there we go. Not the biggest charcoal pit, but it will get the job done here. Let's go ahead and get this lit up. We're going to need even more wood, but I wanted to get this going because we're running low on charcoal right now, so definitely wanted to get that taken care of as soon as we could. We're going to need more iron axes. We're going to need so much more stuff. Our steel coming along nicely now that I've figured out how to get it to work. 10% complete. It is going to be another long process. Look at all the honey that we can harvest. Definitely in a good place here. And I think that will wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the progress we're making. We are in the Steel Age. We got even more baking up. Tons of material gathering. Our farms are growing. We are doing extremely well, and we are making great progress towards where we want to be to take on the Resonance Archives. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing more. I definitely know I'm looking forward to playing more. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Goodbye.